Yo, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I am going to be starting out my end of year 2022 lists. And so for today's video, we're going to be checking out 5 sleeper bands that I think you need to check out in 2022. Some prerequisites: these are all bands that have at least put out an EP, if not an album this year. There's plenty of new bands and new music that came out of 2022 that unfortunately I had to kind of put on some stipulations on what would make it into this video, and so that's kind of what I decided on. They at least need to put out an EP. So without further ado, here are 5 bands that I don't think got enough love for the amount of talent these guys have, and I think these are bands you should watch out for going forward. So let's get started right away with the first band. Alright, so the first band we are going to talk about today is going to be As Within, So Without. This band has technically been making music, from what I can tell, all the way back in 2017. They've put out a few different EPs and things, but in 2022 they put out their second album. Personally, in my opinion, I don't think it got nearly enough recognition. Every time I listen to it, I'm just floored by how wonderful quality it is. If you consider yourself a fan of metalcore and like that very classical metalcore sound, you know what you're gonna expect. Kind of like some of the old school giants, like an As I Lay Dying, for example. This is a good band for you. This band, I don't really know that there was a whole lot of weak points on the album. Every time I listen to it, I love it. A few of my standouts are going to be Like the Wind, Illuminate, and Bloodshot. Let's check those out now. So will you show me the way? Guide me through the dark to my rightful place. In the years of recent longing, I'm riding disguise. Let's make a way on a drown in my mind.
Of who I become without you here, without you here. I've been left alone with no one to help guide me through this cruel. I gave you chance after chance to prove yourself to me, but at first glance I realized you are no one to me. To live a life in a broken room. A broken room. I can't escape. I can't escape myself.
Next band we are going to check out is called Overthrown. So this band put out their debut album in 2018 and hasn't put out another album since then until 2022. Now, I think that may have had part of why their numbers haven't been as good as they could have been. Maybe there's just lack of momentum there. Life gets busy. It's hard to say exactly why there was some leave time there with the band. But regardless of what the reason is, their album they put out in 2022 is phenomenal. I had such a hard time picking out just a few songs to showcase for you in this video, but I've sent multiple of these songs to different family and friends and things like that, just to say, hey, this is a song I think you're really gonna like. And it's I did that for a lot of different people who like a lot of different sounds in metal, and I think this band has something for just about everyone. Constantly just wonderful, good metalcore, great breakdowns, a lot of fun to watch. Some of my standouts for this band are going to be Bitter Rain, Masochist, and Prisoner. So let's check those out now.
Somewhere in the dark, there's a light inside our soul, but a presence overshadows me and I can't feel at all. Lost inside the dark, with no light inside my soul. Did you listen to me when I said I can't feel it?
All right, and next up, we are going to be talking about the band Abbey Falls. So this band's been around for a few years, but it looks like they're only putting out singles and EPs. I don't see a single full album. The only one that I could find located on their Spotify that was categorized as an album it looked like an EP, but it also had the instrumental versions. So these guys are so incredibly exciting. If you need a new song or a new band to listen to when you're going to the gym, this is that band. If you're looking for, a band or someone that makes you just want to mosh, you want to have one of those kind of days. You're angry, you want to go for a drive and maybe drive irresponsibly. Abbey Falls is going to be a good band for that. They are a hype band. They have some of the coolest breakdowns I've heard all year. So without further ado, some of my standouts, for Abbey Falls are going to be Parasite, Absolution, and Hell is Other People. Go check out their new EP, Hell is Other People, right now. Let's check it out.
Parasite,
Alright, and the next band we are going to talk about today is Cabin Boy Jumped Ship. So this is a band that the State of the Scene podcast put me onto with Golden. They ended up making my halfway point of the year, bands under 100K breakdowns of the year. I've listened to a lot of songs since then. I've worked with the band a little bit to create a few reactions on my channel. You can check those out. But everything I've heard from them has been different, unique, diverse, however you want to describe it, but it's wonderful metalcore. If you like breakdowns, they give you those. These guys have been putting out music for, they have a few EPs and a few albums out now, so the fact that until this year I had never even heard of them is kind of bizarre to me. I like to think of myself as someone who's very active in the scene and at least knows about the biggest bands and things like that, and so that's why I wanted to make sure this band made the list. So you go check out Cabin Boy Jump Ship, check out their breakdowns, check out their metalcore, their diversity. Their drummer does vocals. How many people can you think of that actually do that? I can only think of a few drummers that also do backup vocals and things like that. So these guys are incredibly talented. Some of the standouts from this new Sentiments album is going to be Golden, like I mentioned earlier, Survivor, and Demons. So let's go check those out.
So much I can take before my shoulders dislocate from the weight of the world. I'm screaming, mayday, mayday. You call me crazy, crazy. Sometimes I don't know I'm W. Tell me the truth that this never could be. This is fucked up. The voices need to shut up. I'm gonna get my business, but the darkness is overwhelming. I hate the pain, but I'm in love with the cause. For heaven's sake, it's on replay. I'm burning open
Alright, and the next band, or I guess I should say artist, we're going to talk about today is going to be Jared Dines. Now, Jared Dines is very well known on YouTube and in the metal scene for various different parody content he's done. He's done so many collaborations. He has an EP with Matt Heafy. He's done some different Christmas stuff. He's put out a couple EPs in the past. He does the biggest shred collabs on YouTube every single year around Christmas time. So he's a very popular influencer, I guess you could say, or social media presence in the scene, but I don't see enough attention around his new album. He put out an album this year, his first album. He's been working on it for years. He has so many incredible features on there. It is such a fun and unique listen, from the horror themes of core theater to just some heavy ass-kicking breakdowns in songs like Lord of Sloth and Tooth Grinder. So without further ado, those are my three takeaways, but it's a large album and there's so much there, so let's go check them out right now.
I'll switch your throat if you try to run, and watch your body fall down to life. Go back to the hole you crawl from. Worthless fuck.